Hello, friends. Okay, so today we're going to start a new topic in science. We are going to talk about energy, and we're going to talk about it all week. But today is our beginning of energy, okay? So we're going to start with just the basics of energy. We're going to, that's too bright. We are going to talk about energy, the types of energy. We are going to talk about light, eventually. Light and sound is energy. We're going to talk about potential, I was going to say political, but it's potential and kinetic energy, okay? And then we'll also talk about thermal energy, heat energy, light energy. So we'll talk about all of those things because everything with movement is energy, okay? All right, so the first thing I want us to say is that what is energy? So energy is the ability to do work. All right. So work, work is the application of a force. So it's applying a force. And we'll talk more about that. So today is just sort of like the very beginning of energy, and then we'll talk more about each thing as we go along this week. All right. So every time I write something, we're going to define it. So force can put matter into motion or stop it. Okay. And then motion remember, if I'm writing, you need to write this down and put it in your binder to hold on to it. Motion is a change. Let me slow down because my handwriting's getting sloppy. Is a change in position of an object with time. My family, my sister and her husband and children have gone to this Dollywood like a bazillion times. Like, it is astronomical the amount of times they've gone to Dollywood. And so they always joke about when you get the tram from the parking lot to the park, the people on the tram always go, okay, the tram is in motion. So that just means that they're moving, right? And it's changing. The tram is changing locations between where it's at. It's going forward, or it can be going backward, but motion just means that it's moving. Okay. So energy comes from a few places. So it could come from natural sources. And if you think about the food chain, that is what we're talking about. So it comes from food, water, plants. Okay, and we can have sun, and then fossil fuels. And fossil fuels are the fossil fuels that are non-renewable. Okay. So we also have energy that is man-made, like the hydroelectric dams, coal and oil power plants, nuclear plants, wind turbines. There's a wind turbine at Volvo when you go into Dublin, like if you're going to the high school or going to Randolph Park, across from the interstate, there's a little wind turbine that they have put in to harness that energy. Okay, so we have different types of energy, okay? Now, this is where we're just going to touch upon it today, but then we'll go into more detail the rest of the week. All right, so the different types of energy. Okay. We have kinetic and potential. Kinetic energy is moving. Potential is it could move. The apple is falling from the tree. That's kinetic energy. Potential energy is it could fall. It might fall, but it's not moving yet, but it could. Okay. We also have other types of energy. We have electrical energy. All right, and this is like TVs, computers, refrigerators. Okay, they use electric to make energy. I'm going to go to the next page. Okay. All right. And then we have light energy. All right. Light energy is, of course, a light bulb. Fireflies are also, and stars. Those are light energy. Although stars are a little bit like, or not a little bit, but they're gas. All right. Then we have mechanical energy. Think about what you think this would be. What would mechanical energy be? I always like to think mechanical energy is like a car engine, the conveyor belt at like a grocery store. And then we have sound energy and thermal energy. Okay, so sound energy is obviously what we hear. But what we hear, sound is energy. So when I talk, my voice is coming out in wavelengths and it is moving the matter around. And that's why we talked about matter a little bit before. We'll talk about it again in a couple weeks, but I just wanted you guys to understand that matter is everything that, everything has matter, but sound uses matter because it breaks, it bounces off the matter to get the sound where it needs to go. All right, and then the last one is thermal. Okay. And we'll talk about these again. So this is just heat energy. You know, heat energy would be like a toaster, an oven. Every time I start a video, there's some kind of crazy sound happening outside, and I'm not sure what that noise is today. I was doing a video last night, and a really loud truck came revving by, and had to stop and redo my video because it was so loud it threw me for a loop. Okay. Let me make sure that I got everything I needed to tell you guys. All right, I want to just remind you, no, I think that's pretty good. All right, so you're going to click through a few examples today with Virginia virtual things, and then you'll have a sort for me about light energy, mechanical energy, sound energy, okay? And we'll do a couple of them together, of course, and then you'll do them by yourself. Email me if you have questions. Bye.